of just playing teams correctly definitely gives you a leg up in teams. So we'll see if either of these teams can take advantage of that.
Nice. So right before the match starts, if you had some advice for like lower level teams like getting into Melee, what would be some of the things you would recommend?
Well, as you said, I think a big thing is having one person focus on doing most of the damage, being aggressive. Oh my goodness.
Jigglypuff popped in
And
8
I think that
seconds.
was Ganon actually killing his teammate on accident. Unfortunate there,
Yeah.
for sure. But and then having one person play support and basically keep stocks, sort of toss in damage whenever available. But your focus there is to keep stocks and to help your teammate out whenever you can.
Right.
So it's a solid team strategy that we see from almost all the top teams.
Definitely.
But there are ways to sort of work around that, and you can kind of be dynamic in how you approach the support and carry, so to speak, positions.
Right. At high levels, you're expected to swap, you know, depending on team composition, but also like depending on positioning and
exactly
what's going on in the match.
Exactly. Regardless of what character you are, sometimes there are situations where even if you're the support player, it's time to go in and make something happen. So you have to recognize that as well. You can't be too rigid in your role.
Yeah. So in a situation like this, it's really important, I feel, to have one player recognize that he wants to be the guy managing the edge.
Right.
So oftentimes, like a character like Jigglypuff, who's really good at ledge harassment, they would be strong on the edge. And
exactly.
The character with a stronger on-stage punish. In this case, both of them tend to be like really good, like Jigglypuff and Ganondorf. Both of them could be on the edge, but given that Puff wants to be on the ledge, I think
tech
Ganondorf
from the Puff there.
Yeah, Ganondorf's harassment on stage is just ridiculous. Jigglypuff popping off the top there with the awesome Luigi neutral.
Ooh, and the knee on... All right, it looks like that's Mount Crushmore is a Ganon, which is a very fitting name,
Definitely.
I must say. Ooh, and Mount Crushmore crushes Luigi off the top of the screen with that stomp. Ooh, a nice little reverse fair there from Lizard King as well. So Crushmore and Lizard King, despite that sloppy start, Crushmore accidentally killed Lizard King very early, but despite that, they've managed to build a solid lead here.
Solid lead for sure. I would say, as a Ganondorf player, it's kind of it's not actually too clear whether it's ideal to play him on a support role or a carry role. But what I do think is true about Ganondorf is that character loves it when you whiff. At any point, if you like whiff a move close to him, whether it's like a grab or like a tilt, he's just so happy just to like jump around and just like smack you back even harder.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the thing about Ganon is his aerials tend to be a little slower than most of the top tiers. So if he manages to make you whiff a move completely, then he has all the time in the world to put out that aerial.
To prime it, you know.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Jigglypuff stock tanking a little bit right now. Falcon being off stage is always worrisome on teams, but his weakness of recovering is a little mitigated by the fact that he has like a teammate to help him out. Same applies for Ganondorf as well, and Luigi.
Exactly. Yeah, all three of these characters definitely benefit from the
nice up air there.
Yeah, that Thomas Tipman edge guard.
Vulture kick, as the official name is, I believe.
Could really use a misfire. Didn't get it, but no punish from Lizard King here.
Yeah. Tough 2v1 right now for Luigi.
Yeah, very difficult. Not impossible, but...
Yeah. It's kind of hard to say like what
close.
Determines whether a character is good at 2v1s, but I think the ability to like non-committally threaten and take space and to also like hold your ground, those are really important.
Right, and Luigi not necessarily super strong at either of those, so definitely seemingly a weak character in 2v1.
Maybe he can hold his ground, but at the same time, like, he has to throw out like really slow, threatening moves to accomplish that.
I mean, that's the thing about 2v1. You can avoid getting hit as long as you want, but eventually you're going to have to kill two different opponents.
Definitely,
so you got to figure something out there.
Yeah. And it's not just like winning neutral against one person once. It's winning neutral and then like winning neutral against the follow-up afterwards, which is insane.
Yeah.
2v1 situations are super hard to melee. Like, not to say that they're impossible, but you know, not all characters can do it easily.
Oh wow, and Falcon and Luigi had a nice little team combo going there.
Definitely
Strong start for blue team. Trees and Lordbeard.
Trees and Lordbeard.
Definitely starting off much stronger than the first game. Ooh, and the
unfortunate
SD for Luigi.
Yeah.
Not what you want to have happen, especially when you're already a character with a pretty weak recovery. Gonna need those stocks.
Weak and linear, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
very easy to edge guard for sure.
comparatively speaking, Jigglypuff has by far the best recovery here.
Right.
But as to who has the second best recovery, I would say it's anyone's game. It might be Captain Falcon, honestly.
Right. I think that Falcon's is slightly better than Ganon's just because even though Ganon's is actually slightly more versatile, he can actually survive slightly longer than Falcon in a lot of situations because his down B doesn't go quite as low.
Yeah.
And of course you recover the double jump with the down B. But I think that because Ganon's recovery is so predictable, and it just makes it so easy for the other team to edge guard that I feel like Falcon actually has a little bit more unpredictability. He can fade back a lot better than Ganon can, so he can switch it up a little bit better. So
yeah, and you call it snaking, where like you really keep your uppy ambiguous, like, ooh, are you gonna go to the edge, or are you gonna go to the stage, where are you gonna fade to? Ganondorf can sort of do that too, but he moves a little bit more slowly.
Yeah, his aerial drift is not nearly as prominent in that situation, so he's definitely way easier to edge guard there. So
that was a great like edge hold there by Jigglypuff. A little maybe understated, but the fact that she hit the person trying to protect his partner and kill the partner.
Oh wow, nice recovery by Luigi there. Oh, and the misfire right when he needed it.
Right when he needed it.
So blue team actually with the edge here slightly, and Falcon, okay, accidentally gets the kill on his teammate, but I think at that point it was arguably worth it.
So we'll see Jigglypuff right now just throwing out safe hitboxes near the edge to discourage people from, to discourage blue team from actually covering the edge. Ganondorf, when he's recovering, what's really happening is that he completely needs help. He needs someone to like just warm up the edge and just keep people away. Yeah. So the more that Jigglypuff can do to like just distract enemy team, that's kind of her job. So if she's being like a support character, that's exactly what you want to do. Just be a wall. Ooh. Oh, that was really unfortunate right there.
And so Mr. Crushmore gonna have a mountain to climb here. Oh, okay.
Ganondorf, not the best 2v1 character, but
if he can get both of these kills, then he's got a chance.
Sometimes you just get lucky, and you like, and by lucky I mean put a highly skillful big aerial out there, hit two people, and then all of a sudden it's a 1v1. Yeah, it's possible.
And then it's doable, but not the case here. And so we are gonna go to game 3.
Game 3.
And I really feel like Trees and Lordbeard just did a slightly better job there of surviving compared to game 1. They were dropping stocks very quickly. You saw at the beginning there, Lordbeard actually did drop a couple stocks with the unfortunate SD, and then kind of got edge guarded by Jigglypuff, but he was able to start buckling down toward the end of that game and keeping those stocks, which in teams is so important when it ends up being a battle of attrition between you and the opposing team. You just need to keep those stocks as long as you can, and just obviously you need to keep putting the offense out there too, because you want to eliminate their stocks, but it's a very delicate balance.
Yes.
And Trees and Lordbeard did a much better job game 2, of course.
I think as the team's metagame has been evolving, it's been said that time is actually the most important resource. So, in a team where you have a fast character like Falcon and a relatively slower character like Luigi, it ends up being actually quite important to know how much time you're allowed to spend saving your partner, or like how much time is actually bought with certain launchers.
Right.
So really small stage. I think this is a really good stage control pick for Ganondorf and Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I really like the counter pick by them, actually. I think it's perfect for both characters. Jigglypuff can definitely die a little bit quicker, which would be the biggest issue for this team here, I think. But Ganon gets those kills so quickly, and if Jigglypuff does manage to land the rest, then it pretty much kills instantly.
Yeah, I think this is just a stage where you're always going to be like 1 or 2 wave dashes away in terms of like stage control. So Ganondorf here is ridiculous. Oh my god, just 3 people up from that.
All right, and the taunt. I like it. Mount Crushmore living up to his name there. Ooh.
But yeah, like Ganondorf can cover top platform, for example, and side platforms like off of 1 wave dash. Yeah. And all of his like scary forward and back air setups are just, exponentially more frightening here.
Right. If he lands that hit on you, even if you're at maybe 60–70%, bad DI catches you at the side, you might be dead.
I think Florida has, I've seen a lot of like old school Smash videos of like Pi and like I have Spaceballs. They just do crazy stuff here with like Samus Ganondorf, top platform up air stuff. It's just nuts.
Yeah, no, this is definitely, I think, inarguably pretty much Ganon's best stage.
Inarguably.
And added to Puff, who definitely, it's kind of interesting for Puff. She gets some advantages here, she gets some disadvantages, but I think in the team scenario, it definitely plays to her favor.
Puff is harassing super well this game.
She is.
I think this
Ooh, and the
pick
reverse
is
fair. Okay.
working out really, really well. Like, I feel like blue team is in danger at all times.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like, you know, in danger by, you know, for both of them.
Right. And, I mean, both of the first 2 games were relatively close. This one is looking like a massacre at this point.
Oh, man.
See if they can get any 2v1 combos started.
So
Obviously, if Ganon gets a grab, that's a free rest for Jigglypuff, so they might be looking for that.
I always geek out a little bit when Ganondorf stops 2 people, and one of them goes off the top, and one of them goes, like, back onto the ground.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Team combo, maybe?
Ooh.
Oh, man. So
Yeah, not the best 2v1 synergy right now from Red Team, but they have stocks to work with, so.
And they're dealing a lot of damage right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's almost actually better just to, if you feel like you're running into each other a lot, just do 2 1v1s.
Yeah, yeah. Just wait for them to get near you and then go in. Don't try to set up a fancy wombo combo if you're not ready for it.
Yeah. One of the most important things you can tell your partner sometimes is, I got this.
Yeah.
Right? That usually means, like, you know, I'm confident I go in neutral, I can do this follow-up, I don't need any help.
Right. In 2v1 situations, a lot of the times people will automatically look for a follow-up when the teammate does something, but sometimes it's not necessarily the best option. Sometimes it's better to let your teammate take that guaranteed hit and then maybe follow up if they can't get a